traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1264th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and that, of course, would be me. Good evening, traders. Another educational video coming at you. These videos are geared to teach you the art of technical analysis and how to use the charts, calling trades moving forward. What's going on here? Tonight is Thursday night for trading, Friday, January 9th, 2015. And we are about to tell you about a couple of things. First, green OMNI on the board. How about that? A green OMNI on the board. Yes, baby. Yes, and you'll see why, of course. Traders, I stood in front of you and I told you do not fall in love with the downside and that I would absolutely have something interesting to show you. And what I want to say to you now is this. How about a round of applause for the two-part series that I put out and was very brave about this, called Let's Not Condemn This Booming Bull Market to Hell Just Yet. Yeah, baby, how about that? Was that not a very masterful piece of technical analysis? Rock and roll, absolutely. So, did the two-part series, told you do not fall in love with the downside. I've got technical reasons why. The market held, went straight back up, and here we are today, Thursday night for trading, Friday. Remember that futures trading can be, and it certainly is, extremely risky, can cause substantial financial loss if you don't know what you're doing. Make sure you always put stops in. Stops are your best friend. Maybe they don't always work, but most of the time they will. If you don't have one in, you're in big trouble if the market goes against you. Volatility has been extreme lately. Put your stops in. Put them in first. Remember, traders, what I'm about to show you is an opinion taken from a chart. It's technical analysis, raw, the way it was meant to be. I don't care which way the market goes. I have zero bias, whether it goes up or down. I do analysis. I do my OMNI. The OMNI tells me if we're going up or down, where to get in, where to get out. I report that to you. I don't care what the world thinks about where it's going next. And why? I separate myself completely from the analysis. That makes me better than just about any of you listening right now, because you can't do that. I know. It took me most of my life to create that little craft of mine of separating myself. All the news that I know, all the bad and good that's going on in the world, all the static. How did I stop listening to the static and just look at the charts? Enough homework night after night. You start recognizing that the charts will show you the roadmap of where we're going next if you just don't think so much about the world and do your homework. That is what we specialize at the OMNI Trading Academy. Come on down to livewithoscar.com and let me show you how to do that. Now, traders, again, let's not condemn the big booming bull market to hell just yet. That was absolutely the right thing to do. I showed you the technical reasons. Let's go look at them on charts. I think you're going to love these charts. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, the first chart I'm going to show you this evening is the Dow Jones Transportation Average weekly bar chart. I put this in front of your eyes a couple of nights ago, two in fact, and said this is the leader. We deem it the leader of our indices. And I said, nope, the big black average. And I started counting, right? And I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It holds every time it gets near the average and this trend line. And I said, the market's coming down to here. It's going to test. I left you with a question mark and said, what do you think is going to happen? And I basically said, if you were a gambler, you'd have to gamble that. If it hits the line, it will hold like it does every time. So that's what it looked like, and I told you don't fall in love with the downside. We are going to look to buy when it gets down there. This is what it looked like the night I presented you with that video, and this is what happened since, traders. Once again, look at that. That's what it was, and this is what happened. My goodness, is that not amazing? Go technical analysis. Now, this might not look significant to you. It's not blown up enough, right? Oh, Oscar, what's that little thing right there? Let me blow the very same chart up for you now. Look at how significant that hold was. We came right down to the average and the trend line. right? Dropped all the way to here, went all the way back up to this spot right there. That is an amazing hold, and furthermore, when you hold, you put a new high in. And then you hold, and you put a new high in. And you hold, and you put a new high in. You get through it, but really you did hold. It just took a couple of runs, and you put a new high in. And then you held. I think that this is all part of the same hold. A new high is what comes next. That's the very same chart blown up. Now let's move forward. I also showed you this very same chart, and we said hold or not. This bar went from here to about here. There was no bottom green yet. So we didn't know what was going to happen, and I said, hold or not. Well, look what it did. It came right to that spot and went all the way back up, and it's right here at the arrow now. So far, so good. It neared the line and bounced right back up. So the Dow Jones held. That looks fantastic. Then I showed you this, and I said, traders, this is one of my big guns. We called it the chart of the week. I said, I almost never bring this average out, but I'll show it this evening, and look at the great, fantastic holds it has on it, and look at what happened here. It's a completely different average, and it's a completely different chart. This is a continuous cash chart that goes back for years and years, and this average goes back for many, many years, and pulling it forward, it just makes support every time the market gets near it. You had one blow through, supported it here, and here's where it was. That's what it looked like when I showed it to you 2 nights ago, and this is what happened. My goodness, that is wonderful, traders. We came all the way up from bouncing off of it to here so far. We are likely now heading towards my 2130, 2150 projection for the year. That's what I thought, or OMNI projected out what happened in 2014. Likely what will happen is in the first month of 2015, we will actually hit this projection. Let's see what's going to happen. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework. Come to livewithoscar.com and allow me to teach you how to become a technical analyst. Traders, welcome back. So that's my technical argument for why we were not supposed to fall in love with the downside, why we were not supposed to condemn this big booming bull market just yet. It was absolutely correct analysis. Why? Because I do not get caught up in the nonsense like I told you before. Keep the static out. Read the charts. I'll teach you that at livewithoscar.com. Now, 2 things odd that they have to happen together, but we'll do this one first to France. I mean, my goodness, my heart goes out to you. I bow my head. France, I wish these things didn't happen. Maybe one day we can figure out a way to stop it, but I bow my head to you. My heart goes out to everybody. And then on the opposite side of this, because we are a very happy society at the Omni Trading Academy, Elvis, happy birthday to the king! Elvis Presley, the king! Happy birthday. Now, imagine this. You know, all of us want to put some sort of a dent in this world, right? We want to leave some sort of a mark so people remember us when we're gone. Me, I hope to God somehow I leave some kind of a mark. I'm trying so hard. No one's ever going to remember me. But imagine someone who's been dead for 40 years now. This is 2015, and Elvis is still like top of the charts guy. They're throwing a party for Elvis today on his birthday. 1,000 guests. They're also putting a 400-room hotel on Elvis's property on Graceland for all the people that keep coming. It's the 3rd most visited house in the world every year. How about that? Go, Elvis. Now that's leaving a mark, baby, right? Come on. Hey, come on, sugar. Barring that, I am the king of this. I'm getting out of here. I'm the king of yelling at you people. I want to go home. Traders, I've got stocks I want to trade tomorrow. We're looking at buying several stocks. I will tell you about them at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are rock and Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.